Hey, all of you, am I streaming fine? Thursdays for essays session at 6:30. Hello, Nidhi, how are you? Hello, Mehak. Good evening. Am I streaming fine for all of you? Can you all confirm? Yes, Suresh. We'll continue with our evaluation sessions. Okay. Hi, Avnish. Aditya Kumar, good evening. So I've not started yet. I'm waiting for some of you to join. We can start discussing thereafter. Okay, that's fine. See, my suggestion to you will be that do not no, ignore prelims. Hi, Hitesh. Hi, Trishala. Hello, Kaushik, Srirampur Sashan, Bhagat Basudev. I think we call you as Bhagat Basudev. Good evening, good evening. What I was telling you is that do not ignore prelims. Prelims is definitely a very important part of your preparation. But then my suggestion is that you should not be, going full steam into prelims right now. Prelims preparation ka ek cycle hai. There is a approach to it. What time you can start off? What time should you peak? So, and essays are something that don't really, take too much time as of now. You all are watching some videos. You're all part of some discussion sessions once a week. So yes, I think your essay sessions on Thursdays can always continue. You don't have to give up on that. Prelims preparation uh, is an organized process. There is a method to what you should be doing. So I will suggest that prelims must start from maybe December or January. Uh, you can leave essays maybe around Feb types because that's when your actual momentum starts. Feb, March, April will be the three most critical months for all of you. Okay, so I think while you keep on preparing, do not stop your essay sessions as of now, at least. Okay, maybe after a couple of days when you have decided कि okay, now need not distract ourselves more, तब अलग बात है. But as of now, your preparation can continue, and only when you start feeling that heat of prelims, that's when your strategy can change a bit, right? Yeah, Kaushik, it will not. It will not. Hi, Amay. Good evening. You're right, Kaushik. It will not impact your preparation. Okay. DebSir got a bit busy for some other commitment. He'll join us, he said, but he might be a bit late before I can pull him in. Meanwhile, I have certain topic to discuss. I'll take you through that. Anything else you want me to clarify? Any other doubts you have about your essays writing? You can ask me before we start off. Why don't you get into interaction mode and ask me if you have some clarifications? In fact, that's what I told some of you, right? Your essays preparation is very close to your interview preparation also. If you're good with your essays, if you're good with thinking through and problem solving for essays, if you have the skill of analyzing topics, you can transfer that to your interviews preparation also. Interviews also require some bit of analysis, depth, interlinkages across topics. Interview requires conviction in what you speak. So it will help, of course, it will help. In fact, the deep dive tools you have to go on with your essays, those tools of deep dive can also be used for your interview preparation. Okay, so I don't think it's a very different process. Anything else? Anybody? Any questions? Hitesh, what is your doubt? Let me check. Can we use some quotes in Hindi as well in English transcript? If the quote is quite famous, yes, you can, Hitesh. And there's no rule. You cannot. But use it only once. Don't overdo it. That's one. Second is, whenever you use an Hindi quote or some other regional language quote, within brackets, always a nice practice to explain what it means. I have seen examples of essays where students use some Hindi quote and don't do a good job in translating it. Don't do a good job in explaining what is the meaning of the quote or what that quote's core message is. Okay, that will be a mistake. Okay, otherwise, I think it's fine, but don't overdo it. Use it only once. Ayush says this was your first attempt. How to contribute towards essays preparation before ending December? Ayush, you be part of our Telegram group, Essays with Edukemy, and you watch what's going on. And I'll recommend, if you can really put your commitment to taking a course, it helps. So in 1 month's time, if you can understand what essays preparation is, if you can appreciate what it means to write a good essay before you actually write one, that helps. Okay, so you can do either ways. You can join the Telegram channel and see what's happening. Of course, I'll recommend join the course. Okay, that helps. Kaushik, generally, if you have one essay to write, say in the examination, typically you are given 2 topics, and 2 topics, 3 hours, 1.5 hours, 1.5 hours. So you don't start writing immediately. You give yourself half an hour per topic to first think through, organize your ideas, brainstorm. You actually write for 1 hour, and even less for that matter. So you're right. Don't jump into writing directly. Okay, craft your essay. Think on what you'll focus on. Think on what will be your key arguments. Jot down, okay, in the last page maybe, and then start. And I think that is not the time. This is not the time to do that right now. Right now, all of you should focus more on understanding the skill of writing and what mistakes others do. Okay, Kaushik? Yeah, so for the benefit of those on the YouTube, you have your essays with Edukemy link. You can join that. Acha, Trishala and Hitesh, you are our enrolled students. I'll talk to you. Have you seen all the videos by now? Have you seen all the videos? Have you revised that properly? Yes. You want me to discuss anything from that video? You have not? Okay, Hitesh, then do it. And my suggestion, Trishala, go through the videos at least 2 or 3 times. Don't be in a hurry to write an essay immediately. It won't help. Go through them 2 or 3 times, make some jottings. I have illustrated many things. I've given you a lot of examples of what is paraphrasing, a lot of examples of what are the dimensions, how to conclude, how to introduce. I've shown you 2, 3 variants across topics. I've shown you how the canvas can be done through 2 or 3 topics. So before you actually write, आप वो videos को 2-3 बार देख लो पहले. Okay? Have a sense of comfort and then you can start off. ठीक है? Is that fine? Okay, guys, fine. So let's start off now. Okay, so DebSir will join us eventually, but let me start off the process. So the same thing as we had continued, I'm sharing my screen with all of you, and we have a very tricky topic that we have taken up. Can you all see my screen? Can you all see my screen? So we have, yeah? Okay. Yes, you can. So we have taken up a topic of previous years, and this was a pretty tricky topic because there are some words many of the students did not interpret properly, and they wrote something. So let's see what was done. Okay, here we go. So this is the topic for the benefit of all of you. Right. So materialism is chimera and wantlessness is utopian. Do you all know what's the meaning of the word materialism? Basically, something about possessions. Okay, it's something about ownership. It's about buying goods. It also implies consumerism. Okay, so materialism. And what is the meaning of wantlessness? Wantlessness basically is giving up on all desires. Giving up on desires. Okay, it's almost like the ascetic mode, जो सन्यासी होते हैं, wantlessness. Somewhere, there is an element of renunciation. Renunciation. And what does the word chimera mean? Chimera is something like an illusion. Okay. Chimera is something like mirage, which is not true. Chimera का मतलब होता है something which is false. You cannot acquire it. What does chimera mean? And utopian is something that is ideal, utopian, okay, which is perfect. And utopian also is unattainable. Unattainable because it's a perfect idea. Okay, you can't achieve it when things are, not the regular physical world. Okay, so the topic basically means that if you have desires, you want to possess things, you will never be able to achieve it. Similarly, wantlessness also is too good, Okay, you again cannot achieve it. Okay, so this is what the topic means. So somewhere, okay, so there are two extremes. So one extreme is the materialism. On the other extreme is the wantlessness. And it says both material is illusion, it is waste. Okay, materialism is something, okay, which is like running after an illusion which can't be achieved, and wantlessness is also one type of an illusion. Okay, so uh, either ways it says that both the ambitions or both the aspirations are something that that will escape you, something that you uh, can't be sure about ever achieving. Both are not the ways of life for you to choose. Okay, I hope you have understood the topic. Yeah, all of you. Did you all understand the topic? Any queries on that? So many of them couldn't attempt because they did not know what the word chimera meant. They did not know what the word utopian meant. Okay, so sometimes happens कि अगर आपको word का meaning ही नहीं पता, okay, or what is the topic can tell us. If you don't understand the core meaning, you can't write. Okay, so I'm starting off the topic now. He says, my soul is like a vessel with a downside hole, which you fill with worldly objects every ounce of a second, but I still will beg empty-handed in front of your generous court. Okay, my soul is like a vessel with a downside hole, which you will fill with worldly objects. You keep on giving me objects, keep giving me the worldly material. I will still be begging empty-handed in front of your generous court. Basically, there is no end to what I desire, no end to what I want. When keep giving me, I'll still be unhappy. Okay. In chapter 1 of the book Gitanjali, Rabindranath Tagore writes this addressing God. Further in the chapter, he writes, I have determined to leave everything and will devote my life in your service. So the first quote is more on the futility of materialism, how materialism is never ending. And in another one, he says, the same book, he says that I fundamentally want to give up everything. Okay, this is something about wantlessness. Okay, to which God replies, eliminating all wants, when you bow in prayer and then raise your head, do you find me standing there? No, because I was busy working with the farmer, wearing muddy clothes. I was busy playing with the children with happy faces. I was busy cooking with mother, to feed their family. Oh, very nice. I think I like this. So here is a reference that there is no end to materialism. Okay, I want to give up everything. I want to become wantless. To which God says, even wantless, if you have left everything and you come and stand in front of me, you still not get me because I am busy doing something else. Okay, so it's like, materialism can't give me happiness, satisfaction, and wantlessness also does not give me the peace of mind, the God that I seek. So somewhere God is out there doing work, mother is feeding the baby, the farmer is mudding his clothes and cultivating, the children are playing. Okay, so beautiful. So on one hand, there is materialism, which is not ending. It's a never-ending greed. On the other hand, there is wantlessness, which again, God says, you won't find me there. Okay, you will find me where? You'll find me where? Okay, people are busy doing their duty. People are busy performing the role that they're supposed to perform. A farmer is working, that's his work. A mother is feeding the family, that's her work. Okay, children are playing, that's what children are expected to do. So if you want me, okay, you will not get me if you are materialistic. You'll not get me if you are having wantlessness and complete renunciation. You'll find me when you're doing your duty. You'll find me when you're performing what is expected of you. Brilliant, very nice beginning. Okay, so I think it ties back to the topic. Okay, that materialism is a chimera. It's an illusion of ownership, illusion of possession. It's of no use. And wantlessness is utopian. Okay, यहाँ पर utopian equated with even that is futile because God won't be there. So the truth lies somewhere in between. Okay, the best life is somewhere in between, which is do your work, do your duty. Okay, I think I love the beginning. Okay, an example where the beginning is crafted according to the topic. ये बहुत important skill है. They don't write anything whatever you want. You write, okay, according to the demand of the topic. So it's not about a good quote. It's about a good quote which is relevant to. So I think I find this beginning as a very, very relevant beginning. Good attempt. This excerpt from a Nobel Prize winning novel showcases paradox between mindless materialism and irresponsible wantlessness. Okay, so wantlessness ने इसने qualify कर दिया, that's irresponsible. But this essay is about any type of wantlessness, not only irresponsible. If you want that perfect state of no desire, perfect state of nothing which can attract you, the perfect state of sacrifice, renunciation. Okay, so it's not only about being irresponsible. Okay, anyways, no problem. I will take it. So, what can be the golden mean? Okay, of Aristotle in this case? ठीक है. Okay, you have referred to the golden mean as in the balance between the two. Let's find out in this essay along with the ways to attain it. Dekho, one thing I want to understand, the topic has two parts. One is assertion where materialism is chimera. The second part of the essay is, second aspect is that even wantlessness is utopian. Okay. The essay's demand is that materialism is chimera. First, explain this. Why? How? Okay. Then you must explain even wantlessness is utopian. Explain this. Why is it? How is it? Okay. What are the examples where wantlessness is also utopian? Give me the arguments why materialism is chimera. Okay. The essay is not telling you, okay, about any mean path. वो आप infer कर रहे हो. But बिना ये बताए हुए, before you can establish that yes, this idea is right, don't get into the mean. Before you, it's like, going to A is bad and going to B is evil. पहले establish तो करो, यहाँ A is actually bad. Why is it bad? What examples you have to claim it's bad? Who said about it? Why is it evil? Okay. Once you have explained these two positions, then come and tell me कि A and B के बीच में एक C option है, that is the better one. So in this essay, okay, writing this, मुझे लग रहा है the essay might get trapped in discussing the mean and not telling me that no, wantlessness is utopian, not telling me materialism is chimera. Pehle wo to batao. So this essay is not about the golden mean, okay, directly. I'm able to explain, okay, what can go wrong in this essay. But I'm just assuming, maybe the writer has not done this. The writer has very smartly managed writing, okay, what was expected. But you must understand कि expectation आपका है कि आप ये दो पहले point prove करो. First, prove that yes, wantlessness is utopian. Again, you prove that yes, materialism is chimera. Then talk about what is the middle path and how can we achieve it. Have I explained what I want to communicate to all of you? Is it fine? Trishala, is it fine? Ritesh? Yeah, Hitesh? Ankita, Kolkar, Anugya, Kaushik, Patula, Ayushman, Amey. Is this part clear? Yes, Kaushik, correct. Yes, Nidhi. Okay, I mean, first establish what is asked. जो ऐसे कह रहा है आप उसको पहले establish करो, फिर जो करना है करो. The importance of relevance. चलो ठीक है, okay, let's move on. It says now, the very first layer to peel is what is materialism. Okay, let's find out what's materialism. Materialism is a tendency to accumulate wealth, running behind the next best luxury without even enjoying the present ones. Basically, something on the line of greed. Having understood the meaning of materialism, okay, now let us see why is it considered a chimera. Okay, because materialism is like a horizon which can never be crossed. Like a miraculous water, no matter how much you drink, it can never quench, okay, one's thirst. Okay. The 2008 financial crisis is a case in point where pursuit of wealth without ethical limits destabilized the societies. Okay. On the same lines, materialism is like an oasis, which seems further as we reach there, okay, as quoted by renowned author Oscar Wilde. No, it's not like an oasis. Oasis to आपका destination हो जाता है. It's more like a mirage. Okay, mirage is Mrit Trishna, which you can't achieve. Mirage is an illusion. So oasis गलत use हो गया, but कहना चाह रहे थे mirage. Okay, it's like a mirage which seems further as we reach there. Okay, and then it says there are only two tragedies in life. One is not getting what one wants, other is to get it. Okay, fine. Because in materialism, we are pained either ways. अगर अचीव नहीं होता है तब भी हम पेंड हैं, और अचीव हो गया, your heart wants more. Okay, I mean that's how this writer is quoting it. Okay, fine. These words of wisdom hold their worth even today, exemplifying the illusion of materialism. Not only in the present age, but also in the mythology. There's a term called Mrit Trishna, okay, highlighting an insatiable void in human beings who try to find meaning in the meaningless objects. Okay, and this only gets heightened. It only heightens emptiness rather than promise fulfillment. For example, raising environment degradation to fulfill human desires is no less than a tragedy in process. ये एग्जाम्पल थोड़ा ठीक नहीं हुआ. The environmental degradation is the consequence of greed. Okay, so this part is not establishing this. Okay, that you cannot fulfill your desires, you cannot fulfill your expectations You'll always have emptiness if you keep on craving for goods. ये जो आइडिया है, ये आइडिया ठीक है, बट एग्जाम्पल जो दिया आपने कि डिग्रेडेशन is a tragedy. Okay, this is not the idea of materialism is a chimera. Okay, ये example ठीक नहीं, but ठीक idea I understand. I mean, if we keep on driving consumerism, if we keep on driving material disasters, it can lead to tragedies. ये कहना चाहे, that's okay, fine. However, a bigger and a more dangerous havoc is when selfish desires of land linked to religion and numerous inhuman activities are done in the name of God in the form of Lebensraum. Okay, what was done historically in Germany is now repeating in Middle East. Women and children of Palestinians are being dehumanized. So if materialism is such a disastrous chimera, should we flip the coin and aspire for complete wantlessness? Can wantlessness be a panacea for all consequences of materialism? Let's explore further. Okay, I think this is a nice write-up. Okay, the topic is more or less. Can you all tell me, what did you notice? Can you all tell me, what did you notice? What was your evaluation? What is your observation? Can you share that with me? Let's see. Trishala, Itish, have been with us for some time now. अब बताओ इस यहाँ तक का आप क्या फीडबैक दोगे? What is your feedback? Subprime crisis, is it relevant or not? A good observation, Kaushik. Yes. Okay, that's one point. Okay, so you're talking about, sir, is the subprime crisis right relevance or not? Trying to connect the next part. Okay, you are happy with the first part. Fine. Okay, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, Hitesh. Anybody else you want to comment on? See, you comment on 3-4 things. You comment on relevance. You comment on the quality of the arguments. You comment on, okay, what is the flow of the ideas. You comment on, okay, the dimensions. Okay, what all dimensions have you picked up, and the depth with which the arguments have been developed. You want to make some other comment? Others? Ankita, Aditya, okay, Abhay, Nidhi, Anugya, Mehak. Anybody else? Any comments on this? See, I have one comment to make if you are not willing to risk yourself. ठीक है, देखो. Okay. Kaushik says, writing is good, but it's going away from the core and coming to it when he mentions materialism. Okay. Hitesh says this part was clarified. The more dimensions can be explained. Okay. Social, political, economic. Okay, fine. Arguments are not very clear, reader friendly. Now see, basically आपका जो statement है, materialism is chimera. Materialism is illusion. Materialism is wasteful. Materialism is unattainable. It is greed with no end. With no end. Materialism, okay, it is like a bottomless pit. Okay, ये पहला part है. And because this is what it is, this leads to, okay, disasters. This leads to conflicts. This leads to maybe health issues. This leads to maybe corruption. ये argument का दो part है. Okay, Ankita Kolkar, I think you have understood what I'm telling you. The essay is कि tell me materialism is a chimera. पहले ये बताओ. Don't directly move into it causes degradation, responsible for Palestine problems. It was the reason why we had Hitler and his Lebensraum or the greed. ये consequence का part है. Okay, so this essay was not about consequences. The essay was about कि पहले ये तो बताओ that it is a chimera. Okay, ये तो बताओ that it is something which is greed and a bottomless pit. First, you need to establish this. First, you need to argue and support the idea. Yes, ये bottomless है. Because ये bottomless है, you end up in disasters. Because ये bottomless है, and it can never be satiated, you end up in conflicts. Yes, Nidhi. Okay. But can you all see? Okay. This is the A part of the argument. This is the B part. This writer, do you think he or she has done justice to A? Okay. Or is the writer moving more towards B? Okay. Did you all see this difference, all of you? And that's exactly what I mean by do not leave the topic. आप टॉपिक के साथ रहो पहले. पहले argument, good one page में बताओ. Yes, materialism is chimera. Human nature is that you want to acquire more. Human nature is, you will not be fulfilled because expectations change. Establish that through examples. No matter what, our career goals don't end. No matter what, our monetary goals don't end. Man is like an accumulator. पहले बताओ. And because he's like an accumulator, his desires don't end. He gets into corruption. He starts harming others. Because his needs are never ending, he ends up impacting his health also. Yeah. So this was something you had to notice. Language कैसा है नहीं है वो बहुत बाद में आता है. So this topic, I think, or this writing was making this possible error. So I'm flagging you two things. One is don't enter into golden mean immediately. Thankfully, this person has not done that. He or she has spent good 1 or 2 pages telling us कि golden mean बाद में आएगा. But in doing that, he or she forgot to establish this before moving towards what are the negative outcomes. First, establish the first part, then tell us what are the negative consequences. Okay. So this could be one of the traps. Yes, Trishala. Okay. Why is it a chimera? पहले ये बताओ ना कि why is it a chimera? Why it doesn't end? Why it's an illusion you can never achieve? Why it's like a horizon you can never reach? Okay. इसको बिना बोले आप कूद गए towards Hitler did that and we had conflicts and the rest. ठीक है? चलो, let's move on. So if materialism is a disastrous chimera, should we flip the coin and aspire for a complete wantlessness? Can wantlessness be a panacea for the consequence of materialism? So ठीक है, यहाँ तक I think the first part is done. Okay. Now moving on to second part is we have to establish that a chimera is illusion. ठीक है, अब मुझे बताओ कि wantlessness is also not attainable. It is utopian idea. Okay. So first of all, what is wantlessness? It's a state of mind where a person no longer has any wants and apparently does not have to do with any effort to fulfill those wants. Okay. Having seen the meaning of wantlessness, Now let us look into why it is construed as an utopia. Again, it says certain wants are the part of elementary nature of humans. Okay. Trying to eliminate wants is like trying to alter the most beautiful creation of God, human being. To substantiate humans need four-legged cradle to 6-foot land for grave unarguably. Because even if you are wantless, you still need childhood care. You still need a land where you can probably rest after it's all over. Basically, आप नहीं चाह कर भी, there are some needs. There are some needs you can't escape. Man is a human being. Man has desires. Becoming wantless is going against the human nature. Okay. In addition, wantlessness ends the motivation to fulfill and blocks all the pathways to growth. On these principles, even our Supreme Court denied treating Salekhna as an essential religious practice to preserve the possibility of better health to monks. Okay. So I think fasting, okay, complete denial of food, fasting, Supreme Court says it's not right. Not just the repercussions, but the process itself to attain epitome of wantlessness demands immense sacrifice and a tough life. Most of the times, the statements provoking wantless people came from seats in the ivory tower because whose basic needs have been fulfilled. Rising Baba culture in India is a case in point. थोड़ा सा story line miss हो गया. ठीक है. So in this write-up, wantless is utopian because number one, it is against the basic nature of man. Okay. And second, it says that utopian, that it is the end of all motivation. Utopian because it is not right. Even Supreme Court says giving up all food and life living is not fair. Okay. And fourth, it says it requires tremendous amount of sacrifice. Okay. And this sacrifice is difficult because sacrifice is best served by those who are in ivory towers and whose basic needs are met. Rising Baba culture in India is a case in point. I do not know what you want to say here. Okay. So anyways, so again, I think the same problem is happening. Lack of motivation is the consequence of wantlessness. But पहले बताओ ना कि wantlessness खराब होने के पहले ये बताओ कि wantlessness utopian है. Again, the same problem. Okay. There is wantlessness. Wantlessness is utopian. Wantlessness is ideal. Wantlessness is perfect. Okay. Wantlessness is not a human nature. It is something of a superhuman nature. Uske baad, because it is this, it can lead to problems of lack of motivation. Okay. Because it is this, okay, it cannot be practiced by common man. So, आपको पहले first statement establish करना है that wantlessness is utopian. पहले वो establish करो. Okay, so it's like दो part है. One is that materialism. This is chimera. Why? How? Examples, arguments. Then you say, what are the consequences? Okay. फिर आप बताओ कि wantlessness. This is utopian. Okay, this is unattainable because it is so perfect and ideal. फिर बताओ कि इसका consequence क्या है? I think the writer has not been able to differentiate these two things. Okay, flipping between these two or argument to establish this is missing. Did you all understand this, all of you? Can you see what, because see, if I look at the structure of the essay, the structure is fine. Okay, a nice quote, very inspiring beginning, then explain the first part, then the second part. The arrangement hai wo theek hai. Okay, the structure, the organization of the essay is fine. What is questionable is कि आपने उसके अंदर लिखा क्या है. Okay, and somewhere, okay, the relevance gets distorted then. Okay, can you all see this? Are you all able to appreciate what I am trying to show you? Because if you understand this nuance of writing or this problem of crafting the essay, then you will know what it means to write to the topic. Yeah, Trishala, samajh mein aa raha hai? Others, are you all able to see this? It says, set aside gods. Okay, even the set aside humans. Even the gods are not very aloof from it. In Ramayana, goddess Sita was mesmerized by the golden deer and demanded from Ram to hunt it. Okay, so ye theek hai, fine. It only tells us how, okay, the materialism is a chimera. You can keep chasing never, and the whole story starts there. Yes, Aditya, that could be. The palette thesis established to karo. In the final words, wantlessness can be termed as a utopian concept, since want to eliminate all wants is also a want in itself. Okay. I can see what he or she was trying to do. Yes, not wrong. Like you played with the idea, but right. The whole desire not to have a desire is also a desire, right? The objective of कि I do not want any desire, वो अपने आप में एक desire हो जाता है. Okay, so ठीक है. Okay, so fine. Having observed the essence of materialism and the wantlessness as utopia, let us delve into what can be the rosy path ahead to harmonize the balance between the unscrupulous materialism, hedonism, and total wantlessness. Okay, so now the balance act starts. Okay, so we have an introduction through a quote. Then the writing moved on towards the first part of the statement. Then there was the second part of the statement, and then you're moving towards the middle part. Okay, see, your organization is right. Can you all see the organization, all of you? See why I picked up essays. The essay on the first phase or the first evaluation, ऐसा कोई गलत नहीं है. It's not wrong as such. Okay, it is organized. The language is fine. Topic is not entirely left abandoned, but the nuances hai to explain the consequences are not same as the arguments of for or against. Those nuances are missing. But I hope you all can see that there is a flow. Interlinkages, okay, interlinkages. Let's say interlinkage, in my understanding, the sequence itself is like an interlinkage. ठीक है कि भाई पहले idea बताया क्या है, the first part I'm explaining, the second part. So this अपने आप में it is a kind of interlink. I don't have to do something consciously. So my opinion is, I think I like the organization. It's not wrong, but the depth of analysis probably was missing, okay, in bits and pieces. Okay, so so now towards solutioning, okay, what the writer was telling us, the writer told this to us. Ekdam second page mein hi bataya tha, remember that in this essay, okay, what is the golden mean, and let us find out in this essay, okay, how to attain it. ये जो objective set किया था, okay, this is now coming to that कि अगर wantlessness possible नहीं है and materialism is a chimera, वो बीच का path क्या होगा, the golden mean, and how do we achieve that? That is what this essay is now telling you. Okay, it says all one has to do is to learn to distinguish between needs like healthy food, simple clothing, shelter, and wants, which are psychological phenomena like junk food, branded clothes, luxurious bungalows. Limiting our efforts to fulfill needs. Okay, so the solution it says is distinguishing needs versus wants. अगर आप ये distinguish कर देते हो, okay, because needs are bodily needs, survival needs. Needs are about, basic clothing, basic house. Wants are that craving in the mind. Okay, so wants are like the psychological phenomena. Okay, limiting our efforts to fulfill needs and saving time, okay, energy from blindly following wants can be the best way forward. If you can separate this, I think I like this idea. कि अगर आपको wantless होना है, better है कि do not go the extreme way. Identify what your needs are, live with that. No point giving up food completely, no point giving up house completely. You don't need to go that extreme. To conclude, by the medium of the book, again, Tagore wants to establish that God could not be found either in materialism or wantlessness. He could be reached out by our dedication to our duty, as quoted, devotion to duty, the highest form of worship. Okay, so wantlessness doesn't make sense. Materialism is not good. Stay in between, that is good. And stays in between is where you also attain your godliness. Stay in between is essentially doing your duty, doing the role which is assigned to you, okay, doing what is expected of you, right? So my suggestion is that so while the ending is nice, okay, and the structure also is fine, the depth of the argument is what I think we may have missed out. So all of you, can you all gauge that? Oh, Philomath. Okay, I'll communicate. Unfortunately, Dave got busy today. He said he will join, but something has held him back. Philomath, be part of the interview guidance again. If you are getting a call, reach out to me. You know my phone number. Okay, I'll add to the group. We started the training slowly, gradually now. Okay, I'll add you to the group again. Yeah, Nidhi. Buddha was wantless, or he was battling for different aspect of life. See, Buddha's wantlessness was definitely away from all material greed. Okay, it's not that he gave up eating. It's not that he gave up breathing. Okay, and Buddha is doing that, right? The middle path. I don't need to give up my physical existence. वो जरूरत नहीं है. So definitely his type of wantlessness is not absolute renunciation, okay, but वो भी कुछ हद तक is utopian. If you're looking at our regular lives, we don't have to go the Buddha's way of sacrifice. और middle path बताते हैं. Okay, so yeah, Nidhi. So guys, did you all understand what was the topic's nature? Now, if you are supposed to give marks out of 125, अब बताओ क्या marks दोगे? Okay. What what the range in which you will be. Yeah, correct, Nidhi. Shwetambar, Digambar wala debate. Okay, Digambar is an extreme renunciation. Shwetambar is trying to moderate it. Okay, so moderation that way is a better way. Fine, yeah. आप कितने मार्क्स दोगे बताओ? त्रिशाला, हितेश, निधि, फिलोमैथ, Ankita. Philomath, if it's not inconvenient, can you tell us what is your name? At least I can, um, recall if you are already part of the process or not. Aditya, what do you think? What should be the marks we should allocate to this person? You got a sense of the 70s out of 25. Okay, 70s. Okay, fine. Others, 60, 65. Okay. Others, 70 hit करते हुए ना Krishala, you are entering into a very, very high zone. 70 का मतलब है 2 essay में 140 हो गया. 140 is extremely good marks. Okay. So I think this essay, while it was fairly with the topic, decent structuring ra. Okay. But I don't think it is because 140 ka matlab hai you are hitting the brilliance type, Tishala. Okay. Yeah, so 60. Prince says 60. Okay. Nidhi says 55. Aditya says 60. Yes, I think more or less isi range mein rahega. I mean, 65 also things looks a bit high. If I was giving marks, I would keep in the range of 50 to 60. So maybe 55 is what I would have given. So, yeah, this essay was lacking in depth. While the flow was fine, it looks like the topic was understood, but those flow, the depth was missing and some of those mistakes. And the beginning was brilliant, I think. The beginning again was a very nice introduction. And looking at the introduction again, I was inclined to touch 135, 140 plus. Okay. But thereafter, it was not a complete disaster, Neetha. Okay. It was managed well. So I think 55, 60 is what I could have given in the range of 100, 110 out of 2 essays. Make sense, all of you? Yeah. See, me and Deb keep asking you this question. You must tell us whether you need something different in the essay sessions. We have been experimenting, we have been trying, we have showed you a range of essays. Some essays were a disaster. That essay, not the person is a disaster. The essay was, some of them wrote brilliant essays. We saw one, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Okay. Then again, we are seeing not bad essays, but okay types. A bit of tweaking could have elevated the entire experience. So आप बताओ, if there's anything else you have in mind, if there's something else you think you want to bring into discussion, कोई और format करना है. Tishala, Hitesh, Nidhi, Prince, Mehak, Aditya. Okay. You want, I can change the format in the next session if you want us to. So tell us, how should we gather fodder for essays? Ankit, if you ask me, Ankita, जो fodder for essays, एक तो आपका GS है already. The problem is, आपको GS apply कैसे करना है वो नहीं पता. आपको fodder की problem नहीं है. And fodder की problem अगर है, so there are some, philosophical dimensions you might be missing. Please join the Telegram group. वहां पर हम post कर रहे हैं. Write-ups, books, articles, you are posting there. The bigger problem is you using all of that in essay. वो problem है. Okay. So it's not a problem कि points नहीं है. आपको points relevant strike नहीं करते, and of course then the writing practice is what you must develop. Anything, me and Deb to completely love this. Okay, it's a very different way of teaching essay writing, and we love this process. We are completely convinced that this is one way, because otherwise essay में कुछ पढ़ाने लायक content ऐसा कुछ extreme नहीं है. But जो thinking skills हैं, how to bring it together, how to make it relevant, how to go deep into, वो ज़्यादा important है. Yeah, yes, Ankita. Any other suggestions that you have? Any other suggestions you have? Please write to us. Let us know. I'm presuming all of you are part of the Telegram group already. आप उसके part हैं already. ठीक है? But let us know if you want us to do something differently. All good? So then, fine. I think this is just about time. Okay, short, quick discussion, a bit of evaluation. Yes, Kaushik. That's exactly what our thinking was. Okay. Oh, Tishala, that's so nice to hear. Okay. Let us know if you want me to do something more. I'm more than willing to. Using Yuki. Oh, we can do that, Prince. We can do that. Okay. Okay. So we have this app. Let me help you on that. Okay. We can do that. Okay. Next session, maybe how to write the essay using Yuki. We can teach that to you. Perfect. Can we get the topic to be discussed beforehand so you can brainstorm a bit? Nidhi, okay, we can do that too. Okay. Whatever topic I'm going to evaluate, okay, I can give that to you. Fine. Okay. So 2 suggestions. One is writing essays through Yuki, and the second is if you can share the topic or the essay we're evaluating, the topic's name, you can do something. Done. I promise you. And all of you, one suggestion bolo ya fir a strong argument bolo. If you all are giving a prelims 2026 mein, please do consider joining our PSP course. Please do consider, okay, becoming part of my process. By now, I think many of you know how I drive a course. There's a method to it. I give targets, you achieve it. So all of you here, जितने भी बच्चे हैं या सुन रहे हैं, please join our PSP course. It's very modestly priced, 8,000 something. You'll have 10 full-length tests. You'll have 7 sectional tests. You have daily assignments. You have got some practice sessions. You also will be given a mentor you can be guided by. It's an intense program starting from December the 15th. And don't run around here and there. It's such a waste of time, money. Okay, be with me. 2026 ka prelim mere saath karo. Okay, and I'm sure you can learn lots which otherwise you would have missed. Okay, so don't see this as a marketing. I request all of you, and this is a problem. Anything good we say, aisa nahi hai. Genuinely, I believe in the products that we have. I believe in the initiatives I design and I pursue. Okay, so trust me on that. The admissions are open. December 15th onwards, we'll start the program. And you all, in fact, I'll have a workshop also on it. Okay, I'll let you know when I will have it. You can learn from that also what we are trying to do. Okay, all of you, bye-bye, take care. Thanks a lot for joining us. Bye-bye.